Good morning, friends. Good morning to all of you. Now, I will discuss the curvature. So, curvature means the rate of change of direction of the tangent line. The rate of change of direction of the tangent line at a point on the curve. Okay, at a point on the curve with respect to the length. Okay, with respect to the length along the curve. With respect to the length along the curve is called the curvature. Curvature of the curve. Okay. Suppose is one curve. If possible to draw is one curve. If possible to draw tangent lines at every point on this curve. These all are the tangent lines. Okay. So the tangent lines direction is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Suppose curve is like this. So what will happen here? At a point here to start the direction changes of the tangent lines of this given curve is one curve. So for this curve, so suppose in part 1, first part A to B, tangent line direction is anti-clockwise direction, and the part 2 and the second part, the tangent line's direction is anti-clockwise or clockwise. So clockwise direction. That means the change of the direction of tangent line at a point. Okay, the direction of the tangent line it changes at a point. Okay, at a point. So that's what I am discussing, the change of the direction of the tangent line. The rate of change of direction of tangent line. Okay, the rate of change of direction of tangent line at a point on the curve. Okay, at a point on the curve with respect to the length along the curve. With respect to the length along the curve. With respect to the length along the curve is called curvature. Curvature of the curve. Okay na? So see here, so geometrically, so is one curve. The length of this curve can be measured from point A. Okay, A is the initial point. So from the A to you can measure the length of this curve. So A to B length is I am indicating the S, and say along the length S. Okay, length S along the curve. So A to B length is S, P to Q length is small piece. I am indicating with the delta S. Next, A to Q length is the S plus delta S. It is clear now. Okay, next, you should draw the tangent line at a point P and at a point Q. Okay, so I want to draw one tangent line at point P. The tangent line can cross the x-axis is the one tangent line. So this tangent line crosses the x-axis. That means intersecting x-axis at a point. At that point, the angle between the tangent line and positive x-axis. Okay, tangent line and positive x-axis, positive direction of the x-axis. That means right side. Okay, so positive direction of x-axis and tangent line make an angle. That angle I am indicating with the alpha. Alpha is angle between the tangent line and the positive direction of the x-axis. And next, should draw another tangent line at point Q. Okay, should draw one another tangent line at point Q. So the tangent is also crosses the x-axis. Is another tangent line. So it will also make an angle with positive x-axis. So positive direction of x-axis. So that was I am indicating the alpha plus delta alpha is angle between at point Q tangent line and positive direction of the x-axis. And so given two tangent lines are intersect at a point P, at that intersecting point, so it can make an angle. Okay, that angle is I am indicating the delta alpha. Okay, that angle is I am indicating the delta alpha. Okay, that angle is delta alpha. That means so angle between two tangent lines is delta alpha. Now should draw two normals at point P and at point Q. The two normals are intersect at a point. Okay, first of all you should draw the two normals. So is the one normal is one normal at point P, and next you should draw another normal at point Q. These two normals are intersect at point M. That intersecting point I am indicating with the M. The angle between two tangent lines is delta alpha. Then that exactly equal at the angle point M. M means that is the intersecting point of the two normals at point P and at point Q. So at point P, at point Q, two normals are intersecting at a point M. At that M, angle is exactly equal to the delta alpha. Delta alpha is the angle between two tangent lines. Okay. So delta alpha is the angle between two tangent lines, which is exactly equal to the angle between two normals at point Q and at point Q. At point P and at point Q. Next, that means the should join P and Q. Join P and Q. Now it can appear like a triangle. Is one triangle, that is triangle PMQ. Okay, now triangle PMQ. The angle at PMQ, which is equal to delta alpha, and angle at PQM, which is equal to pi. The angle at Q is pi. Okay. Okay, right. So I want to express some notations, and so length of the curve at A to P and A to Q is S and delta S, S plus delta S, and delta alpha is the angle between two tangent lines. Alpha is the angle between tangent line at point P and positive direction of the x-axis, and alpha plus delta alpha is the angle between at point Q tangent line and positive direction of the x-axis. These are the notations. Okay, clear. Next, if point Q is moves towards to the P, okay, point Q is moves towards to the point P, okay, that means the distance delta S approaches to 0, okay, the point Q is approaches to P, okay, Q moves towards to the P, then delta S is approaches to the 0, delta S approaches to the 0, and the angle pi, that means is the arc. These two are the normals intersect at a point P, is the point Q and point P. The point P moves in the towards to the P, that means suppose here Q, that means now you should draw the two normals. These two normals are intersect at point here. Actually M is here, but that M is upward, that is fixed at point here M1. Okay, next Q is reaches here, should draw again one normal. These two normals are intersect here M2, and next at point Q, Q is approaches to P. Now the two normals are coincide, the two are fixed at point C. Okay, at point C, that means the Q is approaches to P, the intersection point of two normals is fixed at point C. At point C. Okay. So Q is approaches to P. Okay. Q is approaches to P. Then delta S is approaches to 0. Then the point M is fixed at point C. Now it doesn't change. Again pi, and again pi is approaches to pi by 2. When Q approaches to P, then delta S approaches to 0, pi approaches to pi by 2. Okay, now that is which is perpendicular, normal at point P. So that angle is like, okay, P and Q are both are same. Now that means, so this is the normal angle pi by 2. Okay, pi is exactly equal to the pi by 2. Okay, right. Now we should express that curvature formula. The curvature means the rate of change of direction of the tangent line at a point on the curve with respect to the length S along the curve is called the curvature. So that it can be expressed in mathematical notation. That mathematical notation is indicating with the curvature is indicated with denoted with the script K. That K is equal to limit delta S tends to 0. Okay, delta S tends to 0, because of when Q approaches to P, the delta S approaches to 0. Okay, na? So that angle between two tangent lines is delta alpha by the distance is delta S. Okay, so is the direction. The direction can be changed. Okay, positive to negative direction, negative to positive direction, whatever direction. So that finally the tangent line direction will be changed along the curve with respect to the length of the curve. Length change అవుతున్నప్పుడు the tangent line is also direction is also changed. That is indicating the delta alpha by delta S, which is exactly equal to the delta alpha, sorry, d alpha by ds derivative term. Okay, The curvature is denoted with the k. K is curvature. K is the curvature. Curvature k equal to limit delta s tends to 0, delta alpha by delta s, which is equal to d alpha by ds. That is k. K is equal to d alpha by ds. So see here. So clearly, first of all, so by the triangle PMQ, from this PM by, okay, from this PM by sin PM, opposite angle is pi. I am taking the sin pi, which is equal to PQ by its opposite angle is delta alpha, sin delta alpha. Okay, PQ is the line segment. Okay, right. So I need only PM. Okay, PM, which is equal to PQ into sin pi by sin delta alpha. Sin pi by sin delta alpha. Now, which is equal to PQ is line segment. I am dividing with the PQ arc by PQ arc into next delta alpha by delta alpha by sin delta alpha into sin pi. Okay, I am multiplying with PQ arc by dividing with PQ arc, multiplying with the delta alpha by delta alpha. Now Q is approaches to P. The point Q is approaches to P. Then, okay, the point P is approaches to P. Then delta is approaches to 0 and pi is approaches to pi by 2, and again delta alpha. Okay, P is approaches to Q and then delta is approaches to 0 and pi is approaches to pi by 2. Next delta alpha is approaches to 0, because of these two tangent lines are coincide one by. Okay, these two tangents are coincide. That means the angle between two tangent lines is now 0. Okay, now 0. Delta alpha is equal to 0. These all values are substituted in the given one by applying the limit P tends to Q. Then P tends to Q, the point PM, the arc length PM is tends to C, which is fixed at C. Now PC, which is equal to limit Q tends to P, that is PQ line segment by PQ arc. Okay, PQ arc. Next, the second term is limit delta S tends to 0, PQ. Okay, PQ means delta S or not. PQ arc length is delta S by delta alpha. Next, into next one is and next one is limit delta alpha tends to 0, delta alpha by sin delta alpha into limit pi tends to pi by 2 sin pi. So all values are equal to 1. First one is 1, because of at P tends to Q means both are same, that is 1. Next second one is ds by d alpha, and next one is 1, and next one is also 1. By limit x tends to 0, sin x by x value 1, so which is also same delta alpha